been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa.
Hey, this is Jase, and Harold and I, we're going out to soak in the hot springs after putting on a great bridge. And I want to give you an example of time management and creating your life on purpose and some of the work we do at MIT. So I'm going to use a GPS to help me find my destination. By the way, right over there, we just took a drive through Red Rock State Park. Gorgeous place here in Vegas. So if I'm going to use the GPS, the first thing it's going to ask me is the big question, what city am I going to? So I'm going to Tacoma, and then it's going to say, what street are you going to? So it's getting more specific. Going to Tacoma Hot Springs, and then it's going to say, great, that's where you're going. So for the GPS to work, GPS needs to know two things: where I am and where I'm going. So if it knows where I'm going, then it can plan the destination to help me get there. So it's going to show the big trip, and then as we get closer, it's going to zoom in on the turn-by-turn places where I need to go. So one of the things in your life planning is kind of treat it like a GPS. See, what happens is when I'm driving the car, if I get off course, or to keep me on course, the GPS is going to have a voice, a volume, something I can hear, which is kind of like our conscious, but it's also kind of like having a coach who says, turn left, turn right, here's where you want to go, here's where you don't want to go. It's going to have a bell that goes off to remind me when to turn. It's kind of like having a scheduler. So it's got a sound, it's got a warning, and then it has visual directions on where I should go. It's a map, literally, for where I'm going to drive, and that's kind of the systems we need to put in place to make sure we hit our goals, is know where we're going, know where we are, develop the plan, like the trip, the direction we're going to take, and then we need to have coaches and systems around us to keep us on track. So live your life like a GPS. Start to look at your GPS and think, what can I put in my daily life to keep my business, my weight loss, my passionate relationships, what can I put in my life to keep on track? We'll see you at the hot springs. So now that we're getting close to a turn, what's going to happen is there's going to be a voice and a bell, and it's going to get more specific with the direction. So there's 0.4 miles till my turn, and what's going to happen is when it gets time for the turn, it's going to get more specific and have an alert system. So what are the alert systems in your life?
In a quarter of a mile, right turn.
So she just said a quarter of a mile right turn, and there it now popped up on the right side with the specific detailed directions of where I need to go. So that's what we're talking about when we say the closer it is,
next right,
the more specific it is. There's my feedback for where I need to go. So what's the feedback that you can put in your life? How do you know where you need to go? Well, that's why we want to track numbers. That's why we want to keep track of our progress. That's why we declare, here's my destination. I want to make X amount of dollars or have a certain amount of people join my organization within a year. And then I get the feedback along the way at 6 months, at 3 months, at 9 months to know, okay, am I on path or not? Okay, so here we are. Now sometimes in life, you're going to have your system for success that tells you which way to go. So can you get a shot of that? It's saying for us to keep going down this road to Tacoma, and this road is right over there. You're looking at the way it tells us to go. Now, right over there, we just saw a sign that says Tacoma Road that way. So we're about to leave the path that the map says to go, and we're going to go in a different direction. But our intention today isn't just to get to our destination. Our intention is to have an adventure today, and to unwind and relax and have some fun. So today, we're going off the map. We're going to go our own direction. So we're filming this because either we get there and it was a big adventure, or we're going to get lost and it'll be another lesson to pay attention to the map. But either way, we're going to fulfill our true intention, which is adventure. So one of the things I want you to get clear on when you're setting your goals and putting your systems in place, Is your intention to get to the destination, or is your intention to prove yourself, have fun, have an adventure, or something else? And once you know your true intention, let that set your path up. Wish us luck. So right behind me is the intersection that I showed you where the map said to go that way, but we wanted adventure, so we said we're going to go down this way. So as soon as we turned down this way, look at what sign we saw. Hot Springs Resort. And as we're driving down this way, we saw a guy with a truck, and he waved, and we were debating whether or not to stop, but the guy waved, so we went ahead and stopped, and we got some of John and Doug's buffalo jerky, and got some fresh honey, and there's John right over there in the truck, and he's selling his jerky, and he's got the fresh honey here, and man, this is some good jerky. We're having an adventure, and because we stopped, he told us all these neat places to go to that we would have never known about otherwise. So we're going to go see some really cool spots. So learn two things. One, trust your gut, trust your intuition, see what comes up, talk to the locals, and if you're someone selling something, make sure you wave, make sure you advertise. We stopped because you waved. We'll see you down the road.